Eyes on the way I vibe when I walk into the room. Wind blows underneath the soles of my brand new pair of shoes. I got the attention, I'm on a mission. No sweat in the way I step, I got a fresh new attitude. Oh my, 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 oh my, my, my. Call me a king, you can buy me a crown. Oh my, 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 oh my, my, my. I'm leveled up, and this is my world now. This is my world now. So anyone who tried to write me off, tell them they can go and write this down. This is my world now. New look, got the ladies shook. New watch saying it's my time. These magazines wanna feature me, cause they know I'm on the rise. Get the attention, I'm on a mission. Cause ever since I flipped that switch, my power can't be denied. Oh my, 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 oh my, my, my. Call me a king, you can buy me a crown. Oh my, 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 oh my, my, my. I'm leveled up, and this is my world now. This is my world now. So anyone who tried to write me off, tell them they can go and write this down. This is my world now. Get the attention, I'm on a mission. I'm there with a vision. Got a passion, making it happen. Ready for action. And this is my world now. This is my world now. So anyone who tried to write me off, tell them they can go and write this down. This is my world now. So anyone who tried to write me off, tell them they can go and write this down. This is my world now. And this is my world now. And this is my world now. And this is my world now. This is my world now.
You are on the right path. You are on the right journey. The journey of self-discovery, the journey of self-love, the journey of self-empowerment. Stay on this journey. Man, I know there's hardly anyone left on the challenge. There must be 27. It's Black Friday. What's up, fellas? What's going on? Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk. It's Black Friday, 27th day of the challenge. Where are you? Let's talk about something very important tonight that I want to share with you. Yeah. For me, besides self-love, this benefit that I'm going to share with you is for me the best benefits I've gotten on this journey of no fap, semen retention, and sex energy transmutation. And so I give it a few more minutes so a few of my guys can come in and we can talk about it. Let's bring up the chat. There we go. Just finished a Facebook Live, and then here I am. Let's do it. Who's in the house? Who's here with me? Who's here? Talk to me. You guys must have gone to Black Friday. Man, I've never been to Black Friday. Listen to me, bro. I think I've had Fridays. I've had Black Fridays in terms of those Fridays were black in my life, but I've never gone to Black Fridays. I've never actually gone and bought stuff. Because to me, it's more like Green Friday. Because a lot of individuals and businesses are making money. You should see the amount of emails I have received for companies where I've purchased from, and being in the content creation now. So many entities I've either taken a course from, bought a product from, subscribed to a service with, and you should see the amount of emails I've gotten about about sales. Man, sales 30% off. I mean, even products that you normally wouldn't. I mean, conferences, books, programs, subscriptions, and then so many live streams from companies and organizations about Black Friday, 30% or 40% off. Yeah, it's crazy. So it's more like Green Friday, really. It's Green Friday because somebody's making all the greens. Somebody's making money. Somebody's making money. And yes, error code, we are black every single day. Let me do something here. I don't want these chats to disappear ever so often. I want them to disappear after, so let's say 60 seconds. All right. That's long enough. All right. Yeah. It's black every day. And it's green every day. Because somebody's making money on Black Friday. It's really Green Friday. But anyhow, I wanted to go live yesterday, actually. Well, the idea that I had to talk to you guys about came to me yesterday. Well, the day before, and then yesterday got stronger and into today. But of course, yesterday was no day to go live. Well, unless if I was selling something, unless if I was giving my coaching programs, I guess, for 30% or 40% off, which that's not the way to go, man. Anyhow, so this is something that I'm always aware of, but you know how you could be aware of something, but then on a particular day it hits you and you take time to think about it, like, "God damn, this is true," or like whatever the idea might be. And that's the way to go, bro. Go for it. Go for it, man. Hey, give me a second. I'm getting a little noise off my mic. Give me a second.
All eyes on the way I vibe when I walk into the room. Wind blows underneath the soles of my brand new pair of shoes. I got the attention. I'm on a mission. No sweat in the way I step. I got a fresh new attitude. Oh my, my, my. Oh my, my, my. Call me a king. You can buy me a crown. Oh my, my, my. Oh my, my, my. I'm leveled up.
Let's see if it's better. Anyhow, all right. And so I don't like what I'm hearing, but anyhow, I won't let it. I've done some rearrangement, as you can see. I don't have the mic on the boom arm no more, because I the boom arm took too much space in the frame, and also I tend to move, not quite a lot, but because it was movable, I could rearrange it. And I've been watching a lot of other channels where the mics are actually right here. And I said, good idea. Let's get it right here. Mount it to the desk right in front of me. It doesn't move, it stays here. And that forces me to be right here. Stay right here instead of just pulling back, which I kind of like. And the cleaner look. You know, the best benefit I've gotten on this journey is persistence. The ability to think of an idea, conceive an idea, decide that I'm going to get it done, whatever it might be, and then actually put a plan together and go for it and stick with it till the end or throughout. It doesn't matter how hard it gets, how tired I get, how much I can't figure something out. In fact, as I go through the challenges, the more I experience challenges with a particular goal, the more motivated I feel, the more inspired I feel. And that's something I couldn't do back in the days of PMO. I used to have this start and stop experiences for years. I mean, that thing lasted 15 years, if not more or longer. I would start something, then stop. I would start another thing, then stop. I would resume something I stopped, then stop again. I would resume something I had stopped, then stop again. Then I would start something new, then I would stop. And each time I stopped, it was because I binged. It was because I relapsed. And man, I got tired of these start and stop experiences. It drove me crazy, man. And you know what I used to experience? I used to feel like my father and my friends and the people in my life saw my potential. They know my potential, right? But they would watch me start and stop something that's apparently working. Whatever business he just started is working, apparently. I mean, look at him. He's looking better. His money is getting better. All of a sudden, I stop. I start hanging out with this new businessman, and I'm coming around him, and he's giving me contacts and helping me do things, and I would stop. I would go back and resume my business degree, and one semester later, I would stop. And I could feel like my father was in pain. Like he couldn't address it with me. He couldn't come to me and say, "Son, what's going on with you, man? There must be something wrong with you." But I could see in his eyes there were questions, or more like there must be something wrong with his mind. I think my son might have some kind of mental issue or something, because he can't stick to something. And I know that's the experience, just like Eric Code says, that's the experience of a lot of men on this journey. If you don't gain anything else, of course, you will get mental stability, psychological and emotional stability. You will get health and the presence, the magnetism. You will get those things, because those things are they will come out of you by themselves on their own. But if you already know all of these benefits, right? Because I'm sure you've watched so many videos where, or even read articles where these benefits are always outlined, the ones that I just talked about, because they are the most obvious, and they are at the surface. And of course, if you know anything about the Western society, is that we mostly talk about and focus on what's on the surface, right? But what's beneath the surface is those psychological benefits that a lot of people are not talking about. The ability to stay with something, the ability to nurture a good friendship. Here was another one. I could nurture a good friendship when I was on PMO. I would meet a man and we click and we start hanging out. I would go over to his place, we go to my place, we have a drink, we smoke a cigar, we talk. And I would always know in the back of my mind, it's just a matter of time before I dock him. It's a matter of time before I stop picking up his phone call. I stop texting him back. It's just a matter of time before I ghost him. Not that he does anything to me, but because I'm binging. I'm a different man right now. You know, my face is messed up and I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't want to be around nobody. I'm unhappy. And I ghost him. I can't tell you how many good male friends I've met. I mean, females too. I'm saying good friends. Then I would stop and I would lose those friends. There were people I could learn from, people who could inspire me. They had better jobs, better statuses, better cars and houses. You know, they were stable. Of course, they weren't addicted to anything. They were living normal life. And of course, there was this tendency of, I would gravitate towards broken people with emotional issues, people with traumatic background. Those are the individuals I would gravitate towards, because I myself was broken on the inside. I myself had some issues on the inside, right? And so I could stick with and be around wholesome individuals. Not that I was talking about any vile stuff, not that I wanted to talk about sex or anything like that, but something about those worthy people, something about those emotionally stable individuals, you know? Sooner or later, hanging out with them, they're going to ask you the question, what are you doing? Oh, how about that project you started, David? How's that going? What? It's been stopped. I didn't continue. Sooner or later, you know, they would find out. Well, I think something is kind of like wrong with you. And that brings me to the issue of, in that state, you can't be in a loving relationship, because you can't be your entire self. You can't be real. You can't be genuine, because you're living a double life. You're living something that's destroying you. You want to keep it secret. And so that's what happens in a lot of relationships, bro. intimacy cannot be developed because one or both, usually both individuals, have things that they're dealing with privately that they're deeply ashamed of, and that they're not ready to talk about, or they won't let you get close to them because they don't want you to uncover that there may be something wrong with them. And the same thing for us too, right? And so an addicted person cannot have a solid relationship with a wholesome person, with a worthy person. Because even if that person had, even if that person meant well, like that person would be interested in helping them, the addict would mess it up. And so one of the best benefits I have gained on this journey is the ability to continue to start something good and to continue it and to stick with it. And when it gets hard, I'm no longer like just giving up. It's more like, well, I mean, I got to make it work. I'm going to make it work. I'll stay up and spend the whole night trying to figure it out. I'll make the phone calls. I'll send the emails. I'll go to the places. I'm figuring this thing out. I am going to make it work. That's that power, that motive power that comes from the semen, that alpha, that libido pushing me forward. I got to get this thing done. I have to figure it out. I don't care how frustrating it is and how frustrated I get at times. And I curse. Oh, fuck. It doesn't matter how much I get frustrated. I just know that even the frustration, even letting the frustration out by myself in the comfort, in the comfort of my office, in my studio, or in my car, I know it's healthily expressing my own emotions, what I'm going through. And on PMO, I wouldn't express those emotions. You know why? I would just run to porn and watch porn. And so I never got to deal with frustrations like that. You know what I'm talking about, right? You never really dealt with the frustrations. You never really let them out. You never really express them. You just run away from them. You just go to porn and run away from them. And of course, since semen retention is going to bring emotional healing, suddenly you find yourself expressing your emotions. Yes, to whom first? To yourself first. Yeah, man, this shit is getting on my nerve, man. Yeah, bro, it's getting on my nerve. Whatever it might be. You express that, you say it. And as soon as you say it, you have a different relationship with it. You're not looking to relieve the tension by blowing a load. Yeah. Those are the less obvious, less talked about benefits that this journey is going to give you. You will feel like you have yourself, whatever yourself is, but you will feel like I own this. Like, to a certain degree, I am in control. You'll feel like that. And that's a great thing. These days I hang out with friends without the back thoughts that, oh, it's just a matter of time. Now I can make plans with my friends. I can say, hey, man, I'm working on this creative project for Facebook. I'd like you to come with me. I'm working on this podcast, this panel type of podcast, and I'd like you to join me. Two things with that. I have the confidence that I'm going to go through with it. And also, I know that I'm not going to drop him halfway so he can come with me. I'm not going to lose him that way because I stopped showing up or I stopped the project. if anything, I might not start the project altogether because I might realize halfway through, oh, well, you know what, this project is good, but this one here is a greater idea. Let me go to this one instead. Or if I have started it and then I feel like maybe I should have or I could upgrade to another project, I might just do it for a season. Okay, you know what? This was just a season and this is the end of that season, and then I jump to the other project. But it won't feel like that failure type of experience that I used to have on PMO. It won't feel like, oh, man, that thing didn't even get off the ground. It just died in my head. Or, man, you don't understand, bro. I know some of you understand. If you've done it, you understand, right? How, give me a few likes, guys. How within your own self, you would already write yourself off. I used to just write myself off in my own mind. Meet a young woman, start talking to her, and we start hanging out. And I'm like, nah, yeah, it's just a matter of time before I dump her for no obvious reason, no good reason. I will create a problem. Yeah. I'll get emotional about something, whatever the case might be. I'll just create something. Because you know what? Those women, and a few of them, were too good for me at the time. Yep. They were too good for me. They were too stable. They were too stable. I remember this one particular experience, right? I met this young woman. We started talking. We clicked. She wanted our first date to be a theme park in Orlando, Florida. So we went to a theme park. We rode roller coasters for our first date. That was the first. But she explained herself. Listen carefully. That's how good she was, right? She said, sitting down, eating quietly, going for ice cream, the typical dating, first date activities that we do in the Western world get me anxious because it's like I know what's coming and I'm sitting here. If you don't say something, I feel like I need to say something. And that's for me. And for you, I don't get to see you. I don't get to negotiate with you because we're just going to have some food. And that's it. You order what you like, I order what I like, and then it's just the typical thing. And she said, well, if we go to the theme park, we're going to have to negotiate. We're going to have to negotiate which ride we're going to get on and how we're going to do it. And that's exactly what happened, right? And we had fun. She had her own house. She worked for the government. Very stable young woman. And I was working on the project and I was short for money, right? She knew the project. She told me, although you may not be asking me or telling me, but I guess I understand that maybe you're waiting to get some more money so you can continue with that part of the project. So I'd like to help you. I'd like to come along and help you. Get your mind together, see how much you might need for the next part of the project, and you come and tell me. And she drove off. She went home. Here I was like, I don't want no money from you. Well, in myself, I didn't tell her that. I don't want no money from no woman. I want no money from you. Anyhow, I went home and watched porn, right? And a few days later, we got together, we talked, and she said, my checkbook, that was back in the days when checkbook was a thing. I don't know. I think checkbook is still a thing now. Checkbook was a thing back then. She said, I have my checkbook. I went by her place. She said, I have my checkbook right there. Do you have the amount for me? I was like, nah. She said, well, how much would you like? I'm like, I told that lady, how much do you want to give me? That's weak as fuck. This lady's asking me how much I wanted. Anyhow, she wanted to help. And you know what, man, I couldn't find a way. I couldn't come up with anything. I was so caught up in my own mind, our own mental shit. She pulled her checkbook and wrote me a check for $800, which was more than what I needed. And she said, and it's what happened, right? She said, obviously, you don't know what you need, but I'm willing to help you. I want to come alongside of you. So I'm going to give you what I believe I should give you right now. And that's when I felt so bad in myself. And so, you know, I'm sure many men or many guys who talk about nofap and semen retention won't talk about these issues, these deeper issues that we get to heal on this journey. The sense of stability, the sense of being able to start a project and stick with it and go through the frustrations and go through the lack of resources, go through somebody who's helping you on the project and you kind of realize that they're slacking or they're not, maybe they're going to leave you halfway, and still go through and still say to myself, it's okay, it's fine. I mean, if they drop it halfway, it's fine. I'll find somebody else. I'll continue. And being able to maintain good friendships without the fear that I'm going to mess it up. Oh, it's just a matter of time. I'm going to mess it up, man. It's just a matter of time. I'm going to mess it up. So if you're not looking, hey guys, give me a few more likes, please. If you're new, yeah, we're about 8 guys and only 4 likes. I mean, give me a few more likes. You know, like the video just to show that, hey, you went through. But if you don't like it, that's fine. Because I think the like should signify that you like it. But that doesn't matter. This live could just be for one man. And that's what matters. But look forward to that. If you're new to the journey, look forward to the benefit of being able to start something, continue it, stick with it until the end, depending on how long the project is or your goal is. And not feeling like you have to hide anymore from people, because eventually you're going to mess up the friendship. Eventually you're going to mess up the relationship. I got you, brother. Been going through the things you're talking about right now. Yes, sir. Yeah, life will come to a halt when you relapse. But if I may say something, bro, you know, I had to get delivered from that though. I had to get delivered from the relapse, withdrawal, or depression, if you will. I had to get the right perspective. Now, I understand if you binged and your body has no more energy and you're looking like you're sleeping and you're all messed up, I understand. Physically, perhaps you need to renew your energy. But mentally, I had to get to the place, and about must be about 4.5 years ago, I had to get to the place where I realized, look, man, if I relapse and my body's not, I'm not in pain, like I'm not compelled to stay in bed, I'm not going to study with this thing. I'm not going to be sad about it. I'm going to be happy that I'm on the journey. I'm going to be happy that I'm here. We see, that was audacity, but audacity is necessary on this journey. It's necessary. It's necessary to tell yourself, you know what, man, I'm on this journey. I've discovered this thing. I've tested it out. I've gone 2 weeks, 2 months, 3 months, 5 months on it. I've seen the benefits. I relapsed. I understand, but I'm going to get up and continue. I had to learn to shake off the depression, the sadness part of the relapse. Like I willed myself to shake it off. And like I said, I know if you're already low on libido and then you binged, that might drop your energy very low. But if your physical energy is not too low and you still have your presence, just switch your mind off. Just switch your mind off of it. I mean, what I'm saying is like bury yourself into something else and talking to yourself, that positive self-talk. Tell yourself, hey, look, man, John, look, you love this journey. You've seen the benefits. Yeah, too bad I relapsed, but I'm sure that's not going to be the last time I relapse. Anyway, now let me focus on my next streak. Yep. I had to do that. And I teach my clients to do that. And just like I found the deliverance, they find deliverance. Because really, unless, like I said, unless your energy drops so low where you can't help it, then help it. Will yourself to say, if I have a choice, I'm going to focus on my next streak. I'm going to focus on this new streak right now. That's what I'm going to focus on, because you know what? I have one life to live. Thank God I'm no longer crazily watching porn. Thank God that I'm on this new journey. Thank God I have found no FAP and semen retention. Thank God that was just a relapse, not my lifestyle. I had to psychologically perk myself up. It takes a lot of guts. It takes a lot of a sense of delusion, because somebody's going to say, and I know the devil's advocate is going to say, well, that's not true that you're feeling good though. You're depressed though. You know, you feel bad because you lost the energy. So what? You have one life to live. You have one life to live. The new perspective is, thank God you're not doing fapping as a lifestyle no more. It's a psychological shift. It's really fucking your mind up. It's really rearranging your thinking. It's really rearranging your mind, which is the thing that we are to do in this life, which is the beautiful opportunity that we have as human beings. We can rearrange our thinking. We can rearrange our mind and thereby switch our perspective and pick a perspective that serves us better. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Man, we ain't got time to be sad about a relapse. Do you know most of the pain caused by a relapse is not really caused by the relapse per se? And I mean physically losing the energy is not what makes the man sad, depressed. It's the psychological repercussions. It's the story that he tells himself. It's the narrative of, oh, fuck, here I am again. I'm back here again, doing this thing again. I will never recover from this thing. Oh, fuck, I'm no good. It's that same story that's being perpetuated. Because truth of the matter is, we don't know if we're going to achieve perfection. That is, stay away from porn and fapping altogether. We don't know that. But what we do know is we can make progress towards no FAP and semen retention. We do know that. We know that we can hold our semen for 1 day, 2 days, 1 week, 2 weeks. We do know that, right? We do know we can do that. Some guys can't go more than 2 weeks at a time. Well, this is what we know. Then if we know you can go 2 weeks, focus on going 2 weeks. Because we don't know if we can quit porn and fapping forever. And quite frankly, we leave that. It's not even important to think about that. What's important is the practical part of it. The practical part of it is the progress. I like to say, and I've been saying on this channel forever, do not focus on perfection. Perfection is, I never want to mess with this thing ever again. That's impossible. You can't make that statement. I know. The devil's advocate is going to say, well, that's how I feel. That's how you feel. That's how every one of us feel. But sooner or later, we face the reality that, okay, maybe that's not what I should focus on. Maybe what I should focus on is the day that I retain, the streak that I can maintain. So, like with every area of life, we have a lot of misunderstanding, illusions, and confusion in this arena also. A relapse is inevitable. And like I have said many times, we are always on our way to a relapse. You can engineer a relapse or you can let it happen by itself. Engineer it means for guys who want to rewire the brain very fast, right? It could mean, man, I've been returning for 2 months. Maybe I'll find me a chick and have sex with her. I engineer a relapse from that, right? And I continue. And that's the healthy way I can continue. And if you don't engineer it, and it's very hard, and some guys don't want to do it, well, you know, man, all I want to do is keep this energy. Yep. Until 2 weeks later, man, you know, I relapsed, man. I binged, you know, like 72 hours, and I've already jerked off 12 times. Exactly. Because the energy is going to come out one way or another. Is going to come out one way or another. Don't ask me how the monks do it. And I'm talking about the real monks, you know, in the Middle East. Don't ask me. Don't ask me how the Catholic Church priests and fathers do it. I don't know how they do it. Now, do we know that they don't come? We don't know that. Well, at least I don't know. So what I do know is biology is what I do know. And biology is always going to win. You can go so long without food. You can go so long without water. You can go so long without sleep. Guess what? You can go so long without releasing also. But you do have a wide range of control on holding it for a long time. Yes. But it's going to come out eventually, sooner or later, eventually. And so this is the mindset that I have found. These are the truths that I have uncovered. And I have been bringing them to you. And so if you take responsibility, and some guys just want to put NoFap and Semen Retention on autopilot. If they could outsource it, they would outsource it. You can't put it on autopilot. You have to be actively planning for it, working on it 24/7. Anyway, so I wanted to say this about the relapse. Perhaps you might help somebody. That if you can help it, then switch your focus. Switch your focus to your new streak that's starting right now and be happy about that. You know what? Man, I'm not going to cry over spilled milk, over the past, which is non-existent, but I can focus on this new streak right now. Yeah, my energy is low. My body's aching. I can't work out as much. Yeah, I understand that. But thank God I'm on this journey. Thank God I have started this journey. And for that, I rejoice. Let's go. It's a more hopeful perspective. Man, nobody else is going to do it for you. Well, I'm here to tell you what you can do to give you that perspective. You can adapt the perspective because it's the perspective that's going to serve you the most. And I am of the opinion that, look, man, if it doesn't serve us, let's get rid of it and let's find one that serves us. Because we are the author of our lives. We make this experience what we please. And so let's take perspectives that work for us. Let's take beliefs that work for us. And so the perspective for a relapse is, let's switch the focus to the new streak, because that's what we have. And guess what? We can scale the new streak, because if you did 10 days last time, you can definitely do 15 days this time, because your brain does know how to go 10 days now. Your challenge will be the extra 5 days. This is very practical. I'm not talking to you about, remember that I was addicted to this thing for 23 years, bro. 23 years. And I'm an Aquarius. That means anything I'm involved in, I turn it into a science. I study it, I work it, I turn it into a science. And so this is very practical. You've gone, and neuroscience supports this. Okay? Neuroscience supports this. If you know principles of NLP and principles of, neuroscientific principles, you know, if you've gone 10 days, your brain now knows. Your brain has been expanded to know that you can go 10 days without busting a nut. Now, your true challenge would be another 5 days on top of that 10 days. But the first 10 days you've already done, you could do it again. Your brain will help you to do it again. It's just like lifting weight, right? That you incrementally take your weight up. So let's say I currently bench free weight bench 75. Yeah, 75 dumbbell. But at first, I mean, I couldn't do even one. I remember the first time and I'm talking about inclined and flat bench press. Man, on the incline, those 75-pound dumbbells would not go up. They would not come up. But when they did come up one time, and that was it, then 2 times, then 3 times. Now we're talking about 8 times. Now, coming up is easier. Just sit down and boom, they go up. And easily 6, 8, 6, then 7 and 8 is really the challenge for me. And that's what I start with now. It's the same principle with semen retention and relapse. If you've gone 2 months, you know how to go 2 months. 2 months, and the next 2 months is not your challenge. 2 months on top of the next 2 months is your challenge. That means 4 months altogether will be your challenge. Man, listen, when I'm watching a no-fap video on YouTube, these guys ain't talking about knowledge. But, to each his own. Every man has their own level of understanding. There is always a practicality missing, and for good reason. It's considered pseudoscience. There's not much information about really these in and outs that I'm talking about, because there aren't many men who have gone through the experience so deeply who can come back and share the insights with you. And that's another thing too. So when I meet a man who's on semen retention, I ask some key questions to see what the answers are going to be. Because if you've gone through the experiences, you have the insights. And so these insights come from having gone through them many times, over and over again. And so that's why I have these insights. And so before I switch to addressing the comment on relapse, I was talking about the non-surface uncommon benefits of semen retention. And I was talking about the ability to get rid of the start and stop syndrome that men have on PMO. And I think women too who are on PMO have that too. But it's worse for men, because when you lose that libido, when you lose that energy, you can't focus, you get off the path. That start and stop syndrome. The number of times I've started on anything and I've messed it up. good friendships and relationships, and I don't mean romantic relationships only, business relationships I've started, and sooner or later, I always had the thoughts in the back of my mind, I'm gonna mess it up. I'm gonna be the one I'm gonna be the one to stop texting back. I'm gonna be the one to stop calling. I'm gonna be the one to stop going around them. I'm gonna be the one. I knew it. And so my mind would prevent me from getting close to those people. Whoa, don't get too close. You know you're gonna stop. You know you're gonna stop. Don't get too close, because you know you're gonna drop them soon. Nah, man, don't get on any project with them. Don't start anything with them. Don't plan any trip, summer trip, and it's February. We're talking about summer trip. We're talking about, I'm not even sure I'll be around for what is it? The Jesus thing, holiday. Jesus birth, no, not birth, death, anyhow, Easter. I'm not even sure we're gonna still be hanging out by Easter. And you think I'm gonna be planning a summer trip with you? I'm not in control of those things, remember? Well, they don't know, but I'm not in control of my life like that. You don't understand. You don't know. I am addicted to something shameful that's killing me in secret, and that's preventing me to be a true, genuine friend to you and to get on projects with you and follow through with you, because I know I'm going to drop you soon. I don't need wholesome people in my life. I'm an addict. I have a problem. And so you end up with emotionally broken people. You end up with no good for nothing friends. Because you're the same with them. They may not know what you're suffering, but they know your behavior is just like them. You start and stop anything. They know you don't commit to anything, and they're just like you. They know you guys are birds of the same feather. They know. Yeah. He ain't going nowhere. I mean, he's not doing anything really. He's just, yeah. On semen retention, well, I mean, long time on semen retention. And by long time, I don't mean perfect semen retention. Nope. I do not mean perfect semen retention. What I mean is starting the journey and stay on it despite the numerous relapses. I mean, numerous relapses. I hope you don't believe that I'm here because I've only had a few relapses. Get that out of your mind. I've had more relapses than you. That's why I'm the one sitting here. That's why I'm the one with the passion. That's why I'm the one with the channel. That's why I'm the one teaching, because I've had enough of it. I've gone through enough of it. And so I've collected a lot of data and a lot of insights. You better believe that. You better believe, name the experience, I've had it worse than you. That's why I'm the one here. Because I, not only having gone through so much of it, I understand, then I have that to share, but also knowing how hard it is, it has become part of my passion to come and share, to be here. Because I know how hard it is. Out of 100 men on NoFap and semen retention, or let's just say NoFap, maybe 5 will manage to really stay off porn in a way that's really healthy. It's hard. It's hard. And society does not make it easier. So semen retention, you don't look for a perfect semen retention journey. No. Because perfection does not exist. You cannot measure perfection. It's an idea. Okay? But you can measure progress. You can make progress. You could say something like, man, I've been on semen retention for the past 5 years. And if somebody says, damn, 5 years, you ain't busting up. No. That's not what I mean. No. What I mean is I've started this journey and it's been 5 years. And yes, I've had many relapses, but guess what? I've gotten stronger also. But I've retained more than I have relapsed. You don't understand. My life has changed because I've retained more. Because the problem is excessive ejaculation. We need to have the right words and the right definitions. The problem is excessive ejaculation. The problem is not ejaculation, period. No. The problem is not losing some semen, period. No, that's not the problem, because you are made to give out the semen in hope of creating another child, right? The problem is excessive depletion of it. All of the materials I've studied, the focus is on excessive release, excessive depletion, basically depleting your supply. So if you retain for 1 month and relapse for 1 or 2 days, and you retain again for a month and a half and relapse, then you retain again for 2 months or 3 months and relapse, then you retain again for 6 months or 4 months and you relapse. Do you see the picture? Increasingly, you're retaining. Increasingly, your semen supply is growing on the inside of you. Your cells are being renewed. Your brain has enough minerals and nutrients to operate on. You will be a better man. You will think more clearly. Your memory will be established back again. You will have that magnetism. You will have that presence. You will. I want you to know that the benefits that we talk about. Let me capture this. Man, there we go. The benefits that we are talking about, we're not saying that the benefits come because you have a perfect semen retention streak. No, man. No, that's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about a perfect semen retention streak. There's no such thing. What we're talking about is each time you relapse, you get back and go for another streak. Because over time, all of those streaks will replenish your supply. It will never feel like when porn was a lifestyle for you. So these understandings, these bits of understanding will set you free. And that's why a lot of men who watch my channel end up binging on my videos, because every video I talk like this. I talk from my heart and I talk from my experience. I talk from having experienced this thing for so long, brother. Gosh, you don't know. You don't know how much I've lost on this journey. You don't know. And so we're not talking about a perfect streak. There's no such thing. What we are talking about, though, is a relentless drive, a relentless decision, a decision that says, oh, I'm on this journey. It's not a perfect journey. I'm on it. So each time I relapse, all I do is just get back on it. That's what it means. That's what the journey means. That's what a child goes through, learning to walk. Never gives up. I mean, that's what we do in life. That's what animals do. Imagine animals would give up hunting. We don't do that in real life. In real life, we don't give up on other things. We don't give up on where we're sick and we just give up and die. No, we don't give up on those things. We have the survival instinct in us that pushes us to keep going. It's the same thing. So your focus ought to be on continuing the journey. Or like I like to say, listen to it. You are on the right path. You are on the right journey. The journey of self-discovery. The journey of self-love. The journey of self-empowerment. Stay on this journey. Yes, you are on the right journey. you are on the right path. Stay on the journey. That's all you got to do. Stay on it. And you will get these beautiful benefits. Another benefit, another uncommon, not talked about, hard to come by, only those who have really gone deep with it can tell you, is that sense of all is well. All is well. Should I die today? All is well. The fear of death has disappeared. I don't know when I'm going to die, but if I die today, all is well. So there's no more fear of death. And also, all is well with a lack of anything. You know, whatever you might have lack of, you accept your current situations. You accept your current life. You accept your current situations. But you also know that you can change your current situation. You also know that you can change things in your life. So you no longer panic. Because you know you're in control. Because you know you can change the things that you don't like about your life. And it doesn't matter how long it takes to change it, all is well. You know, all is well. And so you no longer fret about situations. You no longer run to porn to save you, because you know porn is not your savior. If anything, porn is your killer. Yes. Hold on, let me answer this question. Put it on the screen first. Could you ever imagine becoming the person you are now when you were addicted to porn? Yes. Yeah. The answer is a resounding yes. Yes. I could imagine it. I knew it was possible. And my mind imagined way more than what I am today. Of course. Just scratching the surface, bro. I'm just now learning to make things happen. I mean, I used to always make things happen. Let me correct it, because that's not true of life. You can make things happen, but stick with it. I'm just now learning to stick with things. And so I'm just getting started. I'm just getting started right now, and more and more. I'm yet to be a public speaker on, out there. I haven't written a book. I haven't created, since the start of my recovery, I haven't created any physical business out there since the beginning of my recovery. But throughout pornography, I I started several businesses. Some of them were successful, made a lot of money, of course, made no money. As you know, the experience would always end with just giving up, failure, because I couldn't continue. But I'm just now getting started. I'm just now being able to maintain friendships with good people without sabotaging it, without dodging them, without declining their invitations, because I just relapsed and I don't want to be in their presence. They're going to see it on my face. They're going to see it in me. I'm negative. I don't want to go around nobody. So I'm just now even getting to understand my body with my workout. I'm just now. And so those pictures that I used to see, the person that I used to imagine, more of that picture is coming together as I go forward. And so, yes, sir, I could imagine myself on this journey, the person that I am today. Eric says, porn is one of the hardest vices to overcome. Let's times that by 1 million. I haven't done, and I hope not to do cocaine. I think I know better not to, because once you recover from porn, you have gone through a dopamine detox, which means you're good on trying stuff. I don't know if you've realized that too, right? Because now your dopamine levels have leveled up, if that makes sense. Of course it does. Where the dopamine receptors have shrunk back to their normal size, right? You're not looking for experiences to give you that euphoria, that euphoric sense of living. You don't need that, because porn did give you that and it destroyed you. Now you have leveled up, right? And so it's going to be hard to try out new drugs, because it's like, well, I'm not looking for that. I'm good. I'm leveled up. I'm fine. All is well. But I would have to imagine that. I have to be honest with you. I have to imagine that it's really hard to get off cocaine, meth, and some other things. I don't know if they're the same or what. I don't know. Remember, I'm not from here. I didn't grow up in America, so it's a lot of things I don't know, or I can understand when they're being talked about. But I would have to imagine that some of those drugs are harder to get off than porn. Here is why. You don't need to be contained physically to recover from porn. You don't need to be locked up somewhere to recover from porn. If porn doesn't have that that true crazy compulsion as crack and meth and other types of drugs have. Like, these people go to literal physical withdrawals, like they're gonna kill themselves, throw themselves in front of a bus, or cut themselves up, or stone themselves, or stab themselves. If they don't get that, they need to be tied down and put away and locked up. You don't need to go through that experience on porn. So they are harder addictions to get off, but it is one of the hardest. But I have to imagine it's very hard on. It's not up high on the scale. But it's one of the hardest thing to quit, and that's why. Listen, Eric, you've been here with me for a long time, and that's why I like to say we're not looking for perfection. We're looking for progress. I have a video that talks about quit porn incrementally. Don't quit porn cold turkey. And at first it got some pushback. And guess what I did? That was early last year. I unlisted the video. That means you couldn't find it. And this year I went and listed it back. And people have been watching it because I've been on this platform about, I don't know, 15 months now. So I can, it's okay. I can deal with the pushback. Because guys are coming saying, "Oh, no. What? So you're saying that, that if I go back and watch porn and I could say that's okay, so long that I did stay without watching it for some time, and now, no, you don't understand. I do not want to watch it no more." Well, you don't understand that that's not possible. You don't understand how hard it is to make it, to decide that for the rest of your life, you're not going to do that. That decision is whack. But I tell you though, you can make progress and you can focus on right here. The days that you stay off are the days that you count. And you focus on your streaks because you might relapse. And when you relapse, you acknowledge it and you get back on a new streak. You keep your experience right here. Come off that fantasy land, get off that fantasy of once and for all. I'm gonna tell you something. It's probably two things that happen once and for all in this life. You were born once and for all. You were born once in this particular lifetime, and you're gonna die once in this life. In this lifetime. Now, I don't know how true reincarnation is. If you reincarnate, you're still gonna be born once in that lifetime and die. Well, I don't know what that lifetime would be. I don't know that realm. But for this realm, that's the only thing that you only do once. Whoever tells you different is selling you something. Yeah. It's a fantasy. We can't think of the future out there. You don't understand. I know your pain and your frustration is saying that, causes you to say, I swear on my life, I want to stay off this thing forever. And then because you say that, here's what happens with some guys. Because they are on that illusion that it's possible to just say it once and for all, they get desperate and they're going to relapse soon. They're going to relapse soon because they're desperately looking for a magic pill, a magic formula, a magic pill, a magic wand, something that would make them just quit once and for all. And guess what? Because they are on that anxiety now, looking for that magic pill, looking for that magic wand, you know what that leads to, right? They relapse because they're frustrated. They can't find that magic pill. It doesn't exist. What exists is put in the work. What is the work? You relapse, you get up, acknowledge it. You know what? At least I went 10 days. At least I went 20 days. Hey, at least I went 2 months. I mean, come on now. Give myself some credit. I went 2 months. And I'm going to go for another 2 months and probably slap another month on top of that and make it 3 months. That's a success mindset. So my focus is the work. And guess what? Yours truly had to experience all of those things to know the truth. Because I've gone through it. I had the same zeal. I want to finish with this thing once and for all. I want to be done with it once and for all. And in that state, I was scrambling for answers. I was scrambling to find that pill, that magic pill, that something I can just pop and make it work for the rest of my life. I couldn't find it. Then I realized, oh, but that's not practical either. Oh, but I can work with it little by little. I can make progress. Yeah. All right, let me blow up this chat window. So see, my brothers are talking about error code. Yeah. Nico. Hello from Buenos Aires. Arias, Argentina. Keep up this work, bro. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thanks for stopping by from all the way over there. Hey, bro, you got some beautiful women out there, man. Dude, look, man, we're coming out there, bro. Yeah, I've had the opportunity to do business with a lot of Brazilians. What is it? How do you say bonjour again? Or bon dia? Anyhow, but man, you got some beautiful women out there, bro. And so we hope to visit Brazil one day also. So that's to come. Thanks for stopping by, man. Appreciate you, and thank you for that encouragement. Brick Wall Hood 1. That's one hell of a name. Brick Wall Hood 1. I like that. It sounds like you're badass. Yeah, video games and porn have been in my life since 6th grade. I'm 24 now, and I know I can do this. Yes, sir. You can do this. Appreciate it. Yeah. Thanks for having this mindset. You can do it, bro. So long you get off that fantasy of that once and for all, everything is going to be all right type of fantasy. And that's exactly what happens when we get into a relationship. You know, society is fucked up in a lot of ways. This is the same thing that happens in relationship. We get into a relationship and people get complacent. You know, once and for all. Once and for all, I show you love. Once and for all, you serve me. Once and for all, we come together. Once and for all, I can take you for granted. That means I can put our relationship on autopilot. I can put our relationship on, I can outsource it to an invisible entity. It's the same thing with porn. It's the same thing with this arena. Once and for all. You don't understand. And I'm gonna tell you, bro, the day that not using it as a crutch, simply acknowledging my weakness. I know, man. I mean, of course. That's all I'm saying. I'm not I think I'm probably one of the easiest guys on, like, how can I put that? I'm not as hard on guys as some of the other people, because I know, dude, you're 24, I'm 40. I spent 23 years. I began to recover at the top of 35, but it was just like, like taking baby step and falling hard on the concrete type of early journey, right? Like trying to get a bip, and I hit my head so bad that I forgot about no fap, until some months later. Look, man, I know weakness, okay? So no, you're not using it as a crutch. You're not. Don't feel no shame. Don't be that. Don't be hard on yourself. Just acknowledge it. Show yourself some love. Stay on the right journey, because you're on the right journey. I'm gonna tell you, these psychological shifts will set you free. You ain't got no choice. If anybody's going to set you free, it's you first, or in fact, only you. And choose life. Why not choose this perspective? Because it works for you. Yep. That is correct. It's correct. Thank you. Yep. You can. And I'm thinking of making another video on that. It's I don't know, 2020, maybe 2021, or maybe I should make it live on that. I don't know. You cannot beat this thing cold turkey. It's a fantasy. You cannot. And so I like to talk about engineering things, engineer things, engineer your experiences. I'm good for that. I believe until you get to the point where you own your experience, You own your life and engineer your experience. That means that you go and find out what it takes to give you a certain experience, and then you get those raw materials, put them together, put them through a transformative process, so that the result is the experience that you like. And so what does that mean practically? Man, listen, I've had to do it. My coaching clients who've listened to it succeeded, and there were some who did not listen to it. Of course, they're not going to succeed, right? Here it is. I would say, look, man, it's been 3 months. You've been holding. I can see the progress. I can see it on you. I can see it on your face, in your voice. Yeah, you know, you have not been bullshitting me. But it's gonna want to come out soon. So let's prepare the ground for a woman. Like talk to a woman. Find you a chick. Somebody that we can engineer a release with. Should you be overwhelmed that one day? Because if you are overwhelmed one day and you go back to porn, you will binge. But you can engineer a way to release healthily, safer, and it's much more beautiful. Of course, the guy does not want to hear that. Oh, man. And he's saying, you don't understand, David. I don't want to mess with these hoes. And no, I don't want to relapse. And I'm not going to relapse. Excuse me. Okay. All right, cool. Okay. That means he rejects it, right? 1 week goes by, 2 weeks go by, and a text message or a phone call, because I check on my guys randomly. So by the way, if you guys want to get with me one-on-one, check my Patreon. I charge for 1 month what some people charge for 2 sessions. And you get 1 hour weekly live phone call with me, video or audio, and check-up and check-ins throughout the week. I don't mean that I wait for you to text me. Nope. In fact, I check on my guys more than they do with me. I check in with them and on with them more than do. I'm either sending them a video, something, an article, something I found out there, a quote, or I just text like today. Hey man, how's it going? Any progress? Anything worthy of note? Anything I should know? Any concern I should address? Because that's the work I'm doing. Because in their minds where they are at, they're busy in their activity. But I know while they're busy, something is working in the background, and so I reach out. I can show you text from today that I reach out. Up to last night, one of them called me at 10:30 p.m. I was at Thanksgiving gathering. I took the call. It was a FaceTime call. I took the call. Hey, he needs me right now. He needs to talk right now. And so I put the food down, put the alcohol drink that I had down, go to a small area, private area, and talk to him on the phone. Like, okay, let's talk. Let's get it done. Because I understand, because I've been there, because I remember days when I wished there was somebody to call at 10:30 p.m. Oh, that would have made my night. You don't understand? That would have saved me from a relapse. That would have saved me so much emotional problems. But that man was not around. And guess what I decided? I would come and become that man. And I am that man now. So if you want to get with me one-on-one, check my Patreon link anywhere on my videos. Yep. Somebody says, Nico, thanks for stopping by. First time seeing you. True, it's a process. Yeah. I'm 30 30 days in. Oh, I'm 30. I'm sorry. I'm 30. And I feel now my mind, soul just clicked. Yes. After many ups and downs. Day 11. Let's go. We are healing. Bro. You deserve that. You deserve that. This is a great chat, by the way. This is a great comment. This is a great expression from you. That's the right mindset to have. You're 30. You said it right. You feel like it's just now your soul is clicking. And I guess that's another way of saying when I say you feel like you have yourself, whatever that means. And I can't give it to you. I can't really describe it. I can, but perhaps I probably won't do it justice. You have to experience it. But you will feel like I have myself. My soul clicked. Something in me is clicking. Like the being that I am is put together for the first time. For the first time. As I heard in another of your videos, every day is day one. Yes, that's the song that we sing. Thank you. That means you've watched a few videos. That's the song that I sing. That's the song that I get my clients to sing. Listen, man, every day is day one. 2 Mondays ago, a client of mine asked me, what is your opinion on counting days? And I told him, I used to say, no, don't count days. But I've changed that. I've said, if it works for you, because I understand there's not a one size fits all, because we have different kinds of minds. I know I learn more from reading, watching, and researching myself. Like, if you get me involved with something physically, I'm not gonna learn. I don't learn that way. I need to be outside of it, learning the principles, and then go in and experiment with it. So we learn differently, right? So if counting days work for you, and we're gonna find a way to measure that. If it works for you, count the days. If you feel more anxious not counting days, then count the days. There are men that counting days make anxious. So then that man shouldn't count days. Then every day is day one. Every day is day one. Because really, all those, how many days behind us? They're already behind us. Let's focus on today. And like with everything else, the longer you go, well, the stronger you get. And the longer you can go. And the stronger you get, the more the habit loses its power over you. Listen carefully. You will get to a place where you will relapse. I swear to you. If you continue the journey, you will get to a place where you will relapse, and that day will be your best day. Hold on. I'm not saying to go relapse, because if it's not that time, it won't happen. And here's what I mean by that. You will have had so many relapses. You will have gone through so many emotional withdrawals and all the pain, the sadness, and the depression after it, that one day you're going to get up and relapse. You're going to be like, look, yo, I know I just relapsed, but I ain't paying attention to that. I ain't studying that. I'm not. Just move on with my life. Yeah, that's what's going to happen eventually. So which means these things will lose their power over you, because your brain will have been rewired to focus more on your joy, on your current life, on your current projects. You're going to be like, man, I ain't giving up my projects for this one relapse. I'm not going to give it the time of the day to sit down and think about it. Yeah, you know what? If I could, I would have saved myself from doing it. Yeah, I've lost a little bit of physical energy, but I'm going to get some energy. I'm going to get vegetable juice. I'm gonna eat some red meat to get some protein and some white meat, steak and then white meat. But I ain't got time to think about the relapse or to cater to the relapse because I'm so far ahead. It's a different mindset, bro. It's a different mindset because there is a small part of you, a crying baby inside of you, right? Who wants you to spend time thinking about your relapse. That part of you wants you to do nothing but sulking on your relapse. Oh my God, I can't believe I relapsed again. Oh my God. Oh my God, I relapsed. There is a crybaby in you that wants you to stop everything you're doing in your life and give full attention to this relapse. I'm teaching you psychological tricks. I'm teaching you powerful stuff. And eventually you'll get to that place where like, okay. Because you will know that you didn't, like the relapse was genuine. You will know that, okay, you know what? It was genuine. It was genuine. So let's say you went to a party and you had some alcohol. And of course, you know, alcohol sedates or it numbs your prefrontal cortex. So your thinking faculties, your rational faculties all of them go to the toilet for a minute. They get locked up away for a minute. The animal in you comes out. And of course, the limbic brain is the brain that's over your reproductive system, aka your sex drive and libido and all that, right? So really, under the influence of alcohol, you may relapse. I've had to give up alcohol for a minute. I've had to. And so that day, that relapse probably was genuine because you were under the influence of alcohol. Now, what you can do for next time is, well, I think I need to give up alcohol, or I think I need to be more careful. You understand? But so long you know it was genuine, you're not going to sit here saying, oh, well, you know, I went to that party, I had some alcohol, now I relapse. Oh, gosh, what am I going to do? Ooh. Well, you know what? It was genuine. In that state, man, I didn't know what I was doing. I couldn't think straight. I just fired that computer and beat my meat. Okay. Life goes on. Let's continue. You know, I've watched videos where I think some guys complicate this journey. I saw a post on Facebook because I belong to a lot of NoFap Semen Retention groups on Facebook. I go and drop my videos there and answer questions, right? And I saw a post that says, No Nut November guidelines. If you only mess with a woman, you're out. You relapse, you out. And the guidelines were so hard. And I was like, well, these guidelines seem to be serving an egotistical purpose. Like, they're not serving the men. I have a pastoral outlook on things. I was in the church. I served in the church. I have a bachelor in practical theology. I was on the way to becoming a pastor, which is still in the making. Sometime in the future, a minister, more like a spiritual minister now than the Orthodox Christianity. Okay, you know, Orthodox Christian minister type. No more like a spiritual, because I have awakened. And and so I have a pastoral outlook on things. A pastor nurtures his sheep. A pastor is it's a person, first of all, who has been through a lot of experiences, and that's why they are elevated to that position, given that it was done the right way, right? And that's why I've said I've had it worse than you. That's why I'm the one here. I've had it worse. That's why I'm here. And so I have mercy on you. I have empathy for you. and even sympathy for you, because I've had to develop those for myself. I've had to love myself through the experience in the early days. I've had to cry while I'm saying to myself, I love you, bro. I love you, man. Stay on it. Please don't give up. Please stay with it. I know you've fallen many times. I know you have relapsed many times. It seems hopeless, but bro, I'm gonna need you to go on. I'm gonna need you to try it one more time. And maybe if you should spend the rest of your life trying it, maybe that's better than just giving up and giving in, right? And so that's the perspective that I have. That's why I'm not hard on guys. And so, you know, if counting days is good for one guy, do it. But it's always day one anyway in real life. And so the benefit of having yourself, being yourself, not giving up. That's interesting. I think I left my other protein in the car, so it's warm now. Yeah, I still drink it, of course. Um, yeah, it is a personal experience, yes, sir. You can be encouraged, like I'm doing here. I can share insights with you, understanding with you, but eventually you're gonna have to face yourself by yourself. No, you're gonna have to, in those dark hours, you're gonna have to be the one to talk to yourself, to mentor yourself, to coach yourself, saying, man, look, so I'm from Haiti, and as you know, every culture has its own set of riddles, sayings, and axioms. Okay. Just like somebody said, like it's an African proverb that says, without the enemy within, the enemies without can do no harm. And then somebody would say it's an African proverb, right? So every culture has this kind of thing. So in the Haitian culture, we have a saying that says, how can I transliterate that? How can I translate that? Better be ugly, but I'm here, type of thing. Like, I'd rather be ugly, but I'm here. That's the best way I can translate it, right? So how I use that? How do I use that to how do I transfer that to my PMO journey or NoFap journey? Well, I'd rather be on NoFap and semen retention and relapse than not. I'd rather be ugly, but I'm here. Instead of being all pretty, but I'm not here. Yes, the spiritual side becomes important because you will awaken. You will see life for what it is. You know, I have to be honest with you. I sometimes joke that I wish I hadn't awakened. I wish I was still sleeping because I've seen so many things and it's hard to go back to that kind of life. And sometimes you're like, man, you know, these people out there living life like everything is good. And I'm here considering a whole bunch of things and living like I'm walking on eggshell. Oh, I don't want to drink too much alcohol because I don't want to be overwhelmed. I don't want to go these places where there's a lot of sexual stimuli. Oh, you know, where this girl I just met, she's already talking about not, you know, being impatient about putting my Johnson down her throat and see if it's, you know, what the color of my sperm is, if it's white or yellow. And I'm like, whoa. I could already see if I get to play with her, it's just gonna be a semen party. No, she's talking about on her face, on her titties. I'm whoa. Okay. Slowly, not texting back, slowly not replying, slowly not calling, slowly not texting until that dies out. You know, and oftentimes I'm like, you know, life used to be good when I was a player going around and having sex, but I was destroying myself, but I didn't know. And now you have to exercise so much control over yourself that, you know, it feels like, man, it seems like these people are having a blast in the world, but I'm not. But guess what? Spiritual pleasure, intellectual ecstasy are the highest levels of pleasure, are the highest pleasures of this life. Oh, here's another one. Fulfillment are the highest pleasures that most human beings will ever know. So while they're out there partying physically like we used to do, lying, thinking negatively, doing whatever they want to do, but now we have awakened. We can't be like that. We can't talk the way they talk. We can't treat people the way they treat people. We can't think the same way because we understand the dynamics. We understand the laws that are involved out there in nature. And because we know those things, we can't. And we can't hang out with them like that no more. And at times it feels like it's an awkward life. But then we tune in and we realize, yeah, it's a better life. The spiritual pleasures are much better. Intellectual ecstasy and a sense of fulfillment. Those are pleasures that people don't even know exist. Because I guarantee you, some people have only not a stoic understanding, but a Epicurean understanding of pleasure. Like it's physical. Epicurean, right? Anyhow, they only have a physical understanding of pleasure. And so I was on Facebook Live. I did a live on Facebook on a new project that I'm starting. And before I even finished, I was like, I'm gonna finish here and go straight to YouTube. Gotta talk to my brothers. You know, I have to talk to my brothers. I have to put these words out there. I have to talk to them. I have to encourage somebody. I have to keep somebody from relapsing tonight. I have to sow the seed of wisdom and encouragement and inspiration into one of my brothers tonight. If it's but one guy, if it, you know, it's gonna help one guy, I'm good. Because I was once that one guy who needed the help. Okay, so let's talk about one more thing that you will get on this journey that a lot of people don't talk about. On this imperfect semen retention journey, and yes, I said imperfect, because it won't be perfect. It won't be like you never relapse. Get that out of your mind. Stay on the journey. It is what matters. But on this imperfect journey, you will no longer, you will lose your, you will lose your beta, simp, weak. I don't want to say dealing with women, perhaps personality. How about that? You will lose that beta slash simp slash weak man, needy man personality when it comes to dealing with women, because you will no longer focus on the sexual satisfaction. You will no longer need the touch. You will no longer need her validation. And so your interaction with her will have to be healthy, well-meaning for you to deal with her. And if it doesn't satisfy those requirements, you move on. That's one. Also, depending on how far you are on the journey, a woman will no longer have the luxury of making you jump through hoops. Yep. You will know that's what she does. You will expect her to do it. You will know she's about to do it. And you will also know when she's just done it. And you will not move. You will perhaps ignore it most of the time. And you might just, acknowledge it once in a while, like, oh, yeah. I think you're trying to get me to chase you, but that's not going to work. You might just say it once, but you won't be focusing on saying it. You will just do it. You'll meet a woman if you are, if you still want to deal with women. Why not? They're beautiful, man. We we were made for each other. Yeah. We love women. We do want to deal with them. We do want to do everything with them. But we just want to do it from a position of power. We do want to establish a strong frame and operate from that frame. That's what we want to do. So we want to operate off our knowledge of their nature as well as of our nature. Okay? But for example, you'll meet a woman and she will talk to you for the whole week. Text, phone call. She's talking the beautiful things and she's talking some good game. And then suddenly she drops. Ooh, suddenly she pulls back. If you've been watching, if you've been watching any material on the alpha sphere, manosphere, red pill, dating, develop attraction, right? That website with that guy. I don't know if he is in Canada or in UK. What's his name? I don't remember. But the guy with develop attraction, the guy with the atomic attraction book, his videos are very important to our community, to the manosphere and alpha sphere. If you've watched any of his videos, you know that a woman is going to pull back from us at any given point. It's a way to test us. And if you've talked to, if you've also read or listened to Rollo Tomasi, content and material, you also know that she's going to shit test you, and she's going to, that's in her nature. And now that we have the knowledge, we understand her nature. What we do is, when we see it, we know it, and we acknowledge it to ourselves, and we just be us. Because remember, we have now established a strong frame, And we all operate in that frame. And in that frame, we know the truth. The truth is when I stand my ground and let her pull back and give her the no contact slash silent treatment, then she's coming back because I will have passed her test. And she will come back. And when she comes back, she will have more respect for me than before. But not that I need her respect, but I deserve it because I did the right thing. She pulls back, give her the space. As soon as she pulls back, I turn my attention straight into everything else. You know, those 10, 30 minutes, 15 minutes I used to talk to her, and those little times I used to text. You know what? Now I'm adding those times to my projects, whatever I'm doing. I ain't trying to contact her. I ain't trying to get with her. I'm not worrying about what is she doing out there. Where is she? No. I know that's what she does. That's what the creature does. I know her nature. I'm strong now. You know, she could talk a good game with you tonight. Good conversation, and she has you looking forward. And the next day, she drops. For 5 days, she's somewhere out there. Man, for 5 days, I'm somewhere in my world. I'm somewhere doing my own stuff. And on the 6th day, oh my God, I can't believe we haven't talked. That's from her. I can't believe we haven't talked this long. You didn't even check up on me. Oh my God. I don't think you care for me like that. You know, I'm so busy here and blah, 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 blah. Then I didn't get enough sleep and I'm tired and I haven't had the opportunity to text you or call you. But gosh, but you either didn't reach out to me. My favorite answer? You know, babe, we are both busy people, you know. You're busy, I'm busy. I didn't even realize it's been 5 days. So how you doing? I'm good, blah, 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 blah. So I was thinking maybe this Friday we could go to, okay. Yeah. Oh, I was thinking maybe this Saturday I could cook this particular dish for you and you could come over and okay, will do. So this is a much better benefit, listen to me carefully, when it comes to women than the benefit of female attraction that the guys, so many of them are talking about. Oh, you need to keep your semen, you'll be able to attract better women. That's a given. Because it doesn't matter if you attract them and you're going to be addicted to them now. It doesn't matter if you attract them and now you still don't have a strong frame to operate from and you still don't know these principles. But if you stay long enough, those principles will be instilled in you. And of course, given that you're learning those materials out there, you better make yourself a better gentleman for yourself. A guy that women will have several but limited amount of reactions to. Yeah, I don't think I can't run games by him. He's not the one. I'm going. That's one reaction. Another one is he's interesting, you know. Kind of deep thinker. He's doing a whole bunch of things, but I don't think he's too interested in dating and meeting up with women. Yeah, when we talk, but he doesn't seem, all that into it. That's when you know you got it. I guess I'll just let it go. Another reaction might be, I don't know, man. Something is not clicking. He's talking about, not ejaculating and blah, blah, blah. Who does that? I think he has a channel. He talks about this and that, but there's an interesting part to him and I want to spend time with him, but I don't know, man. But I'm still going to keep talking to him. And of course, you have another reaction. I'll be like, I want to fuck him. but I don't know if I'll be able to lock him in. Like, you know how once you have sex with a woman, she thinks that, well, basically she has power over you. She will know that she doesn't have power over you because you are a freedom seeker now. You are free now. You have been restored to your natural and biological settings. And now nobody can lock you up, bro. I'm gonna come back with some more stories. Hold on. Let me appreciate my brother. Patriot Gains. Bro, I appreciate you, man. I have to tell you. Most times you stop by, you give me a super chat. I appreciate that. I appreciate that because there is an understanding behind it. There's a mindset behind it, the mindset of appreciation. And also that you have it to appreciate, to give the appreciation. So I thank you very much. Thanks for being here again. Let's talk about I'm doing pretty good with my semen retention. What is 5 months physically? Once I hit 1 year, I will try to eradicate. Let's go back, put that back up. I will try to eradicate lustful thoughts from my mind. Keep up the good work. Meg Tao. All the way. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you. You won't have to try. They'll take care of themselves. I guarantee you. I promise you. I promise you. You won't have to try. Those thoughts will take care of themselves. This semen is magical. It renews you. It does. It puts you back to the factory setting. It puts you back to factory setting. And you know factory setting is the best setting, right? We can jailbreak something. Did I say jailbreak? I haven't heard that word in a long time. What did I say now? Unlock. Yeah, they use unlock now. There you go. You can unlock something. You can jailbreak it. You can modify it. But guess what? When we run into problems with it, hit that reset button. That's what it means when we run into problems with it. When we hit that reset button, what we're saying is, look, man, I've done my best. I've tried this thing out. It's not working. I think I'm at the end of my wits here. Let's go back home. Bam. The reset button. Semen retention is a reset button. It's a switch. Once you flip it, nobody can deny your power. Nobody can deny. So they will take care of themselves. But of course, you can definitely consciously aid that. You can consciously help with that. But it won't be much a concern. Thank you for stopping by. By again, my brother. Health and well-meaning. Yes, that's self-love. Yes, sir. Healthy and well-meaning. That's self-love. Yes, sir. Absolutely. And so let me go back on that horse. Let me beat this horse. We don't want you. We being only me. Now there are a couple of guys out there too who feel the same way. Iron in the Soul. The Last Warrior. YMC. Young Men Conversations. No. Yeah. There are 2 YMC out there. But I'm talking about the Young Men Conversation one. The dude that works, I think he works at a fast food or somewhere. He's a manager there. He would come out of his break, on his break, and make some videos. He hasn't dropped a video lately, but that's what happens. You know, every once in a while, we might take a break. This is probably the longest I've gone without taking a long break in producing. But now, you know, I've set up this whole studio, and so I can go without taking like a really like significant break. Those few of us want you to understand, don't recover from porn, don't practice semen retention for the sole purpose or primary purpose of attracting a woman, because what you would do is you would overlook or you would close your mind to all of the really wonderful benefits. And what that would mean is if you did that, you would simply transfer your addiction to women now, to chasing women. And I almost fell into that. I said almost. I started and I was like, whoa, no, whoa. I'm just transferring this thing now. I'm just running after women now because I have the semen and I can have sex for a long time and that thing gets so hard. Now I want to do this one. I want to do that one. I want to do that one. I want to sleep with that one. Whoa, 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 whoa. Because that would be transferring the addiction. But what you ought to do, or what's better, is transferring all that focus and energy and resources to making your life better, to transform your life from mediocrity to excellence, as I like to say. From mediocrity to excellence. And through the process of sex energy transmutation. That is, while the energy is in you, you have the motivation, you have the inspiration, you have the magnetism, you have the presence, you have the strength, the power in your body. Do some work. Start a new project. Resume an old project. Pick up a new dream, or new dreams. Create a new vision for your life. Because those are the things that attract women. You ain't gotta chase them. Here's the scenario. When you don't have yourself and you don't have anything, you have to chase women. And they have to think hard to pick you. But when you have yourself, your emotions are together, and you're pursuing your goals and your life, you don't pursue, you don't chase. You will initiate interaction, and you might even pursue. And pursue is different than chase. And I meant chasing earlier, not pursue. Pursuing is different than chasing. Pursuing is negotiating. I am somewhat relentless with negotiating with you. That's a pursuit, right? I'm trying to see what it takes to negotiate this activity here. I think you and I might be a good match. We might, get some things done. I like your vibe. I think you've said the same thing about me. We are negotiating. That's a pursuit, right? Chasing is if the person says, I'm not interested in that offer. I don't think we can go no further. And like, whoa, no, but I love you though. But you're good with me. But I want you. But please pick up my phone call and text. Yeah, that's chasing. So it's safe to say that you will always pursue, just like you can pursue a goal, but then you can go beyond. For example, something might prove itself not working, like dysfunctional, but you keep banging. Now you're chasing as you're desperate. And so men who have themselves, who are doing things, don't chase. They may pursue. They initiate interaction. Because why? They love themselves now. They have themselves. They have things they're doing in their lives. They have goals. They have skills they're developing. They have skills they're bettering and perfecting. They have people now appreciate them. They have good people in their lives, good friends they can go and hang out with, healthy friends, emotionally stable and psychologically stable friends in their lives. And that sense of joy because you will have your own world on the inside, that accounts for a lot of what fills your life. And so when she's over there trying to get you to chase her, you're like, baby, I ain't got time to do all that. You're not gonna tell her, you're gonna tell yourself, I ain't got time for that's not what I do now. That's not what I do now, baby. Nah. And of course, the way attraction happens with women only really truly get with men that they cannot have. but end up having. That's the man they respect. That's the man, or they might even try to love. But that's the man they serve. That's the man that they not only give sex to, but like offer sex to, but will say yes if he asks for sex, because he's going somewhere. He does not focus on women and relationship. He focuses on himself. This is what this journey is going to do. And I'm gonna tell you another thing too. This journey is going to do. Your ex will not be able to come back in your life unless she changes. Because here's the thing. Since you're no longer needy, you're no longer argumentative, you're no longer emotionally weak, and you're no longer crazy about sex, and you have boundaries where you exercise your boundaries now, you mean well, you mean good. For her to come back, she's going to have to match that. Can she? Can she match that? Because in her mind, well, he ain't calling me for sex. He ain't calling me for saying he misses me. He ain't. I mean, this man is a new man. This man is out there living his life. How can I, well, what would I use to get him to turn his attention back on me and be with me now? It'll be hard for a woman now to get back with you. Before it was easy. She just gives you some sex, or she just creates some problems, and you get caught up in her problem that she created, and in that emotional state, you'll make up again, you'll reconcile. But now she's gonna have to come forward with substance to put on the table. Look, man, I understand we had this relationship, things happened, and I did this, and we know we messed up. I've forgiven myself, I've forgiven you, but I've had to change, and obviously I see that you're a changed man. I was wondering if we could give it another go. Here is what I'm offering now. Here is who I am now. Here's what I can bring to the table. And by bringing to the table, I'm not talking about money. But here are the behaviors that I've changed. Here are my new behaviors. And somebody's going to argue, well, women can't change. No, that's not true. We all change. I know there is a lot of arguments, case that somebody can make here, but I'm saying she would have to change and bring something to you to even get your attention to talk to her. So all of a sudden, you make life harder for people. Now your siblings can't disrespect you the same way they used to. Now people have to fix their mouth before they talk to you, because you're gonna tell them straight up, no, not no more, no, You don't know what I've done. You don't know how much I've changed. You don't know what hard work I've done on myself. No, you can't talk to me like that no more. Or you might simply ask somebody, well, who you talking to me? Like, me? Well, you said this boy. Me? Oh, my bad. I mean, it's just language. Okay. This man. Okay. All right, cool. This gentleman. All right, cool. Now we're talking. Continue. That's what we're talking about, man. We're talking about the good life. Life is good. It's the good life. And this is one of the best things that I do in my life currently, right now. Coming on here and spending time with you. I tell you what, we all go through these experiences, but now we can handle them, right? Like these thoughts. A thought might say, well, the channel has been growing. Yeah, it's a lot of progress, but you can do more than that. You can, maybe you should slow down on these lives like that and just put videos out there, and or maybe you should just try something new, like start another channel and take a break from this one. Yeah. and I would stop and think, well, that's true though. I'll start another channel, but this will still be my primary channel. I'm not changing this channel. And also, this is it. This is a lifetime work. Because there are so many areas that I'm not able to cover on this journey, right? So many on this channel, so many facets of masculine life that I'm not able to cover here. And here is why. I don't want the nofap and semen retention message to get lost in the so many other types of contents that I could put on this channel. Now, eventually I may start another channel still for men, but that would be like the more general topics. You see, I don't want to come here and start talking about just self-confidence, right? But outside of semen retention, or money, but outside of semen retention, dating, but outside of semen retention. I don't want the nofap and semen retention message to get lost in other materials. Now, this channel is monetized, but I don't make money, because anytime the word semen, I guarantee you, anytime the word semen and masturbation is in a video, automatically it gets that yellow check mark on YouTube. Like the $ is yellow. That means that most advertisers won't advertise on that video, because the algorithm has found words and materials in your content that most advertisers won't advertise on. And I've tried that, and I've heard that from other guys. I've heard that from New Breed. I've made 2 videos where I didn't mention the word nofap, semen, none of that. They were green. They got passed. They got passed like green. And I was like, motherfucker. Well, I can't do that. I can't do that. And I know guys who've done that. I know guys who've started nofap and semen retention channels, and now they're talking about general topics without mentioning those words, and they're monetizing those videos. And there's no problem with that though. I'm just not doing that on this channel. It's me. That's me. But I understand it, because now I know what they went through. They realize, oh snap, we can't make money off of that. Because that's how the algorithm is set up. But I've gone over it so many times, and I've had to, of course, because that's the way we get tested. And I've thought, I'm like, no, we'll start another channel. Yep, we'll have 2 channels. Hey, hell, we'll have 3 channels if we can handle it. But this one has to and will remain solely nofap and semen retention. We just keep rehashing that. Yep. I will just keep rehashing that. So that means I can never monetize the videos. Nah, man, we'll go to another channel. And because now I have the experience, I have the gears, I have the experience. I'm telling you, I'm going to start a new channel with general topics, and I'm sure it's going to pick up, right? That's fine. But this, I want it to remain solely. If I do a live here, I'll just come and cut on the camera and go live, and it'll be solely nofap and semen retention, because we need that. Boss at home, what up? We need that. I want to do that. I want to be sitting here having this conversation with y'all. And I want you to remember too, having the conversation keeps me in line too, keeps me in the loop. Because as soon as you forget what journey you're on, as soon as you think all is well, I'm safe now. You will rest on your laurels. You will put your guards down. And you're gonna have it. You're gonna relapse. We don't want we want this message out there. I have, I think, about 110 videos now so far on the channel. In that's for 15 months. No, not even 15 months yet. 100 and I think probably 100 and nearing 10 videos. So far. Hey. And I'm not even creating content like that. I'm not making content like that, you know. I'm not. I wake up some days, I'm like, man, I should make a video, and I don't make it. I don't. So I probably would have had 200 videos if I actually were making videos like that. But I want to keep putting more videos out so that my brothers who come in the future find materials on no FAP and semen retention, like these two keywords and areas, so they can binge on. You know, this week I've gotten a lot of comments with the word binging, like I've been binging on your videos, or I binge on your videos some time ago. And then that's not even lately though. That's been a trend, actually. That's been a trend. Even clients, they would sign up on Patreon because they told me, man, I binge on your videos, and I'm like, this thing is helping, and I want to work with you one-on-one. So that's not something I want to stop. I'll go do something else along doing this work. Boss at home, my brother. Thanks for stopping by. Indeed. Thanks for being here, man. It's just another live on NoFap and semen retention, as you know it. So it's day 27. We know many guys have relapsed. And of course, that's not even an issue. Not for me. We just need to continue the journey. Yeah. What else we gonna do? Just gonna continue the journey, man. That's what it's worth. We continue the journey, get our lives together, and that's all that matters. I have a theme song. As you guys know, many of you know this theme song. It's a song that I have licensed, so I can play it on my streams. I think this song was written by somebody on semen retention, as I like to say. Listen to the words. All right, so I'll be back in 60 seconds.
All eyes on the way I vibe when I walk into the room. Wind blows underneath the soles of my brand new pair of shoes. I got the attention, I'm on a mission. No sweat in the way I step, I got a fresh new attitude. Oh my, oh my. Call me a king, can you buy me a crown? Oh my, oh my. I'm leveled up, and this is my world now. once I flip that switch, my power can't be denied. Oh my, 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 oh my, my, my. Call me a king, you can buy me a crown. Oh my, 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 oh my, my, my. I'm leveled up, and this is my world now. This is my world now. So anyone who try to write me off, tell them they can go and write this down. This is my world now. All eyes on the way I vibe when I walk into the
You heard this song. The words. I think, like I like to say, I think this song was written by a man on Semen Retention. A man who experienced magnetism, that strong presence, the way you walk around. And the boss at home. Okay, and then some business. You'll be up all night. There you go. Thank you, my brother. Appreciate the feedback, man. That really was the main point for this live, is the biggest benefit besides emotional healing. And in fact, I think it's a result of emotional healing and all the other stuff that happened internally on Semen Retention, right? My ability to conceive something, plan it, start working, and stay with it. This is power, which means I'm finally able to see that I can become somebody. This is important. I need you to hear it. I'm finally beginning to be convinced that I think if I keep this up, I can really create something. Like, you mean I can really write a book? I can really start a business out there and stick with it? Like, you mean to tell me that I can really work at a craft, like developing my public speaking and writing, and I can really develop something over some years and then have something of value to deliver and bless the people and benefit from that? Yeah. You mean to tell me that I can have a release day or a launch day for whatever, like those people in the world? And I'm not condemned to just watch them launching things, releasing things, and I'm here sitting. Everybody's releasing something. Everybody's launching something. I have ideas, but shit, it's not even worth starting, because I know. All it takes is one bench season. All it takes is a bench session. All it takes is one weekend. My bench used to be on the weekends, right? That's all it takes. One weekend and I'm out. I ain't working on that no more. And I never had something to launch. Well, I mean, I've had, but I'm talking about the part of porn, like high-speed internet porn. Because before high-speed, before DSL, back 2005, porn was not a major issue like that, bro. It wasn't. I hope you know that, right? I hope you know the most damaging part of porn started with high-speed internet, right? I don't know if you've read any material um, where there's an emphasis on high-speed internet porn. There's a difference, because there was a time you would have to buy a Playboy magazine or rent a movie, VHS movie from Blockbuster, or catch one of them triple X shows at night on the adult channel. And it there was no social media. I'm 40, so I knew those days. I know those days. There were no social media. You couldn't just open your page and see a naked woman on Instagram. No, you couldn't. So really, I was still jerking off. I was still watching those things, but it was so scarce too. It was so far in between. So it was not destructive. I remember the first time, listen to me carefully, and I'm going to say it to you. I remember the first day we being my ex-wife, but she wasn't my wife at the time. She moved in with me, and we started a business together. And well, our first business, because we had several businesses over the time we were together. I fucked up the relationship, you know. I mean, that woman was in love with me. I never once asked that woman to give me sex, because she always wanted it. And you know, that's one of the signs that a woman is into you. I never once asked her to cook for me. She always made sure that she cooked and had food. I mean, all over me, like crazily. But of course, I had to fuck it up. I remember we got DSL. You know, we stopped. The world evolved from dial-up. Some of you guys don't know what dial-up internet is. Oh gosh. You're online now. I know. Some of you are saying, what the fuck? Yeah, that's how it went, bro. I'm telling you, that's how it went. Until you get to that last part of, and then now you hear your computer making a crackling noise, like, now you're online. Yeah, the world went to that. I remember when we got DSL, bro, you only click that browser once, Yahoo popped up, because it was Yahoo. Google is brand new. I hope you know that. Google is new, okay? Yahoo, MSN? What was it? MSN, right? MNS or MSN. There were so many other sites before Yahoo, okay? Before Google. Google is a young child who takes over the world. Yahoo pops up, and I remember the first porn video I watched on DSL. I couldn't believe myself. That thing opened just like that. I blew up the screen, and it was playing without stopping. There was no lag. It didn't freeze, it didn't buffer, it didn't do nothing. Every frame just went smooth. And I was like, oh my God. And I can watch another one? I can watch this one again and another? Oh, whoa. Yeah, that was it. That's how it started. Well, the second phase of it started, because I had been doing this thing since 13, but it was the magazines, the VHS, mostly masturbation, really. I used to fantasize a lot, but when DSL came out, forget about the fantasies. I don't need the fantasies of something that's gonna play just like that, like it's gonna play without lagging, without buffering. I don't need fantasies. Just click this thing. Let's do it. And so that's not too long ago. You know what year I'm talking about right now? 2006. That's the year I'm referring to right now. 2006. And so here's the big problem now. These youngsters, these young men like yourself, you've only known high-speed internet. And not only you've only known high-speed internet, now you know fiber internet, cable internet, lightning fast internet. You blow on that computer and it opens your video. It loads so many gigs of data so fast and so clear. Now you have 4K videos. You just blow on it and it opens. You don't even have to click. But now you can ask the computer to whatever, whether it's Siri on Mac, which I have, and whatnot. So these young men, that's all they know. High-speed internet porn, which is the craziest part of the internet porn. They can watch 100 videos in 2 hours, overloading the dopamine receptors, overloading their brains, paralyzing their system, freezing their systems up. They watch my channel a lot, and that's why I'm here. On my YouTube analytics, more men the age what is it, 18 to 35 or something like that, watch my videos. So let's go to audiences. Yeah, men from 25 to 34 accounts for the most amount of views I get on this page. You probably still can't see it, dang. But 64% of my viewers are ages 25 to 34. And half of them are in America. So we know the problem is here. We know the problem is primarily in the United States of America. Yeah, so I've gotten some other cameras set up because I'm doing a show on starting a show on Facebook where, you know, these using different angles are going to help me, you know, have a better experience and stuff like that. And why not? You know, it's improvement. It's you see my little note there, living my best life. Yeah, living my best life, and behind it is I am very busy. You see that? I am very busy. So I used to put the other one in front. I am very busy doing what? Living my best life. You got it. Well, I'm very busy living my best life. And yeah, so that's what we want to be able to do. We want to be able to make progress towards what we're doing on this journey. Not only progress on the journey itself as far as retaining, but also progress on creating things, you know, like making our lives better. So this is what we're in this for. Hey, fellas, give me a few more likes if you haven't, you know, liked the video. Hey, ask me a few more questions, but I'm winding down. You know, ask me a few more questions. I'll be more than happy to answer a few questions for you, or some comments, whatever you want to tell me right now. You know, share something with me, because that's what we are here for. Talk to me. Who's here? Who's here? Talk to me. It's been 2 hours, so we can, you know, we can close soon. We've talked a lot. We've talked about a lot of benefits. We've answered some questions, addressed the relapse concern. That is the true perspective of a relapse, or the beneficial mindset that you need to have about a relapse. And I'm satisfied. Now I can go to sleep, which I probably won't, because I'm going to leave the house. Every time after a live, I leave the house. I leave the house and go hang out with a couple of friends who work at night, police officer, gas station manager, just hang out at some parking lot, pull up together and talk and until 2-3 in the morning and come back home and sit down and do some more work. And I worked out this afternoon. But it doesn't matter, man. We just keep going. This is what this energy does. Your life become one whole experience, not dissected, broken, unrelated, disconnected, secluded pieces of experience. No. Once your brain is rewired, you will get to a place where your life become a one whole, one synchronous, harmonious experience. Like I told you, I did a live on Facebook about an hour, and I just clicked end on Facebook and then came here. Well, I was still sitting here and just clicked go live on YouTube. And then I'm going to finish here and I'm going to continue to do whatever until I have to force myself to go to bed, because Saturday is my 5K run. I run a 5K every Saturday morning. So I do want to get some sleep before I run, before going for the run. But this is what I'm here experiencing, thinking, and every time I ponder on these things, I do want to share them. And I'm so grateful for this platform that is free for me to do so. Because like I've been telling you for a long time, when I was recovering, I wished there was a guy who would just come on YouTube and just run his mouth on this topic, because I know as he runs his mouth and I'm watching him for 2 hours, I would learn some things. And I know the more often he does it and the more I watch him is the more that I would learn from him. And I would feel like, golly, I'm making progress then. This guy has done it. He's sharing, he's doing it. I'm learning, like, okay, I will feel somewhat connected to him. And there wasn't that, man. I don't like my camera shaking, but of course, I just got this angle. So it's still somewhat, I got the perfect shot, but I still have to fix my boom arm. It's kind of like leaning against the desk, and I don't want that because when I shake the desk, it kind of shakes. But that's not my main camera. Anyway, you already know. I wish, just like there are some other guys that I follow, and we're talking about Dr. BOA, Black Ram 313, Steph is Cold. Now there's a new podcast, Fresh and Fit, out of Miami. I watch these guys too. They're on the younger side, but I watch them. But my main guys right now is O'Shea Duke Jackson, Dr. BOA, Black Ram 313. I need to get back. I need to tap into Sunrise Hoodie. I haven't really consumed any material from him lately. Sunrise Hoodie. Hoodie's up. I'm out. Yeah. I need to tap into him again. The reason being is that the more you tap into materials and listen to people who've done or who've progressed on the journey that you're in, is the more you're rewiring your brain to take in the new behaviors and beliefs of this new path. Like, for example, we have to keep taking the red pill every day on this journey. You have to, oh, my other guy is develop attraction. If he drops the video, he doesn't have to drop a video. I'll go and rewatch a video because his videos are very short, but straight to the point. I'll go and rewatch a video. I keep immersing myself into those materials which promote strength in me, which promote power in me, which helps strengthen me more. When I meet a young woman and she's talking a good game in my ears and she can't wait to sit on it, ride it, put it down her throat. She can't wait to, she wants to smear it on her face and all that. And a part of me is saying, yeah, hell yeah, I mean, YOLO, one life to live. And I just pick up my YouTube app and just go and watch Dr. BOA or watch, I don't really watch Darius M. I watched him earlier, but I need to tap into him more, Darius M. But Dr. BOA is definitely where I'm gonna go, and to basically snap me back into reality, but basically help me to get to you get the picture, right? It's like, whoa, I need to go get my red pill. I haven't taken my red pill today, so I would go get my red pill. So I'm grateful for these guys to do their work, to have the content for me to go and take my dose of red pill daily. And it's the same thing for me here. I want to do my work for you to come and get your nofap and semen retention dose. And that's why I don't want to venture into other topics on here. In fact, I don't know if you guys have seen it. I put on a poll. I put a poll on my channel, and really the highest number was on continue making more nofap and semen retention videos, content. I'm like, okay, the people have spoken. The people have spoken. So they want me to continue making more. So I asked the question, guys, what type of content would you like me to create next? Game, female nature and psychology, dating, etc. 0%. Nobody said anything. More semen retention, nofap, and sex energy transmutation, 50%. Law of attraction, science of mind, spirituality, 10%. Money making ideas and personal finances, 10%. Goal setting, daily routine, 30%. You could see why 30% would be for goal setting, right? Because goal setting and daily routines are tied to sex energy transmutation. So the winner is more semen retention, more nofap and semen retention videos. So I had another poll where I asked the question, hey guys, what do you think about Men's Superpower, the channel? I love it. I love what it stands for. It has helped me. 83% of the voters said that. Another option was, it's cool, but you can take it up a notch, 0%. You can make videos on dating, game, and female nature, 10%. Collaborate with other like-minded creators, interview, 7%. Change the channel, do something different. That was one of the options. They got me on that one, 0%. So you understand that I'm 40, right? In the days, you couldn't run a survey like that in real time without talking to nobody. You just put the survey out there, and the people who've been in contact with you will give feedback by answering the questions. When I was growing up, or at least when I was in business school and in business itself, you have to hire a company to run a survey, or surveys were more paper-based. And in the early age of Yahoo and is it MSN, Netscape, whatever, then they started having email-based surveys. So we are grateful for this kind of tools and technologies. So really, from these two polls, they confirm what I already know. Keep this channel just the way it is. More nofap and semen retention video. Keep rehashing the same truths and the same ideas, because guys are binging on them and it's helping them. I want to get into other topics, when I get into other work, you go and create your ass another channel. That's how I talk to myself too sometimes. Yeah. Well, no problem, man. You know, just go ahead and do that. But a man has to have something that he stands for, or else he'll fall for anything. He has to have something that he's passionate about, like crazy. Like, no, this is what I'm gonna do. They need this. They need it, because I used to need it, and when I did, I couldn't find it. It wasn't available. It wasn't there. You don't understand. All right, guys. Any questions, guys? I know we've interacted a lot, but send 1 or 2 questions. I'll be more than happy to answer 1 or 2 questions. If you drop back for the first time, hey guys, remember, if you want to work with me one-on-one, you can check me out on Patreon. Remember, if you are new, if you don't know what this channel is about, here is your opportunity to know. But first, if you are new to my channel, consider subscribing. I have nothing but practical insights and information for you if you are getting on nofap and semen retention. If you browse my channel, I guarantee you will find videos that will help you on any stage that you may be on this journey, because I covered this journey entirely, because this journey is really made up of 3 stages, and I have covered all of the 3 stages. So do yourself a favor, subscribe, and also check my link for Patreon for a coaching opportunity with me. The guys that I have been coaching, their lives are being changed and expanded daily. I mean daily. So you could be one of them. If you're ready, I'm ready. Because I am excited and thrilled to help my brothers to become alive, dynamic, present, jovial, free as I am. Well, you heard it. Because I am excited to help my brothers to become present, dynamic, jovial, free as I am. Because that's how I am. Present, magnetic, dynamic, or dynamic and magnetic, but I focus more on being dynamic. And of course, being dynamic is magnetic. There we go, play on words, but it's actually true concept. And jovial. Yes, don't take life too seriously anymore, because we're not depressed, because we're not operating on limited resources, limited emotional and psychological resources. Now we have a lot of psychological tools in our psychological arsenal. So that means we can fight back life, so to speak. Like, we can fight against situations and adversity and type of thing. Like, we can find our way. We can always make a way. I call these psychological arsenal. Like, you have a lot of tools and weapons in your psychological arsenal. You know, like, oh, I understand this. That's fine. That's what happens in life. I'm going to deal with it. And I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to relapse on it. I'm not going to jerk off to it. Just going to deal with it. And hell, sometimes I don't even have to deal with it, baby. You know what I do? I move on. Or you know what else I'll do? Just shut it out of my mind. You know what else I'll do? Be indifferent to it. The subtle art of not giving a fuck. On porn, you couldn't do that because your brain lacked nutrients and vital minerals. And so you got stuck into a loop of thoughts. You keep rehashing the same thought. Oh, I can't believe he did this. I can't believe he did this. I can't believe he did it. You can't get out of it. But of course, now your brain is free. You can get out of stuff. You can like, please, you just please get out of here, man. Nobody wants to hear this. No, I'm not going to do this. I'm done with this. Oh, that's fine. I can deal with it. That resilience, that power, that internal fortitude. There you go. That's power for manifestation. Be careful. Be careful. If you are early, if you have just started semen retention, be careful. You are becoming a powerful manifester. You are becoming a powerful manifester. You know what that means? You think about it, and that baby shows up in your life. Sometimes once, sometimes you have to think about it several times. You just write it down, it shows up. Sometimes you need something, but you don't really know how it is out there, what to go and search for. Especially when you're working on a project, right? And especially for me, who did not grow up in America, I have those limitations. Of course, we all do have limitations, but it's something to be worked on. It's something for me to work through. The limitations could be whereas I've been here for 18 years, I understand the language. Hopefully, I speak the language clearly enough, right? But there are still things about the culture that I don't know because I did not grow up here. Understand? When you didn't grow up in the culture, there are certain things, there are certain nuances that you only understand when you grew up there, right? Went to school at a young age here and grew up here, only you will understand. So sometimes I need certain things that I don't quite know where it would be or how it's called. Yeah, that type of experience. And of course, on this journey now, all I got to do is think about it. That baby shows up. Oh, so this is called this. Oh, that's what I need. This is what I need. This is exactly what I need. Whoa. Yeah, just like that. And sometimes the same day or a couple of days later. So then you have to be careful with your thoughts. And you have to be careful with what you wish for. Because your wish or your wishes will be granted on this journey. You will have to be careful. You will become a powerful manifester on this journey. And what does that mean? That means two things. You will create as well as destroy. You will have the capability to create as well as the capability to destroy. And I'm going to tell you how you already know how, well, you don't know how to create. You may not, you may know, whoever is in here, right? But creating, of course, you wouldn't have a problem with that. You would want to create, right? But how about destroying? The way you destroy something is if you keep thinking negatively about this particular thing, oh yeah, you are condensing blockages for it. Because remember, energy, the more you think about something is the more energy aggregate and get together and condense and become the experience. It might be, it's conceptual, but it's practical nonetheless. And so if you keep thinking about a particular thing negatively, don't be surprised when it's taken out. Don't be surprised when it's destroyed. Don't be surprised when it stops working. Don't be surprised when that person disappears in your life. Don't be out of your life. Don't be surprised when the car breaks down. Don't be surprised when the money is short. Don't be surprised because you've been thinking of lack of money. You've been thinking that you have a problem with that person or that they have a problem with you, and all of a sudden they disappear out of your life. You will destroy things. You will have the power to give life and the power to take life out also. Be careful. I know there is a particular situation that I've been the one holding that situation back, right? Because in a previous experience, or part of that particular experience, when I used to think about it, I didn't used to have any hostility towards that situation. I used to think about it as, I was in favor of it. And that situation kept making itself very beautiful, kept coming towards me, kept manifesting, beautifully. Then I had another experience tied to that particular experience that now has left me with some hostility and some negativity towards that experience. Now, when I think about that experience, well, it's been stagnant. Let's put it this way. And I know it's because now I have certain animosity toward that experience. When I think about it, all of a sudden, hostile thoughts come about that particular experience. So that particular experience now has been stagnant for a long time, waiting for me to change those thoughts. Or if I want it to remain stagnant forever, keep those hostile thoughts. Continue keeping those hostile thoughts. Be careful. You are being given the power to create and to destroy. You are being passed the scepter of power. I have a video on that, the scepter of power. I need to make another video. Semen retention is your scepter of power. You are being given the scepter of power. So be careful what you think about. Be careful. So, Nico T, what's going on? Taking advantage of these powerful eclipses on November 30th and December 14th, empowering times. Don't quite know. I haven't heard of them. I do follow people who talk about these things, but I guess I haven't heard anything lately. I am becoming a powerful manifestor. Yes, sir. Remembering who I am, remembering my true power. Indeed, indeed, indeed. You are becoming that powerful manifestor because you have been given the scepter of power. And you have been given the scepter of power. So here's that video I told you about. I've been brought back from the dead to speak with you. I've been brought back to deliver this message of hope to you. I've been resurrected because I believed that porn and masturbation was going to kill me. Yes, I did. I couldn't get out. I couldn't find a way to exit that trap. Man. I literally told myself, okay, this thing is going to kill me, and I have accepted because obviously I cannot get out. And these are true. That was the point when the universe stepped in and brought me out successfully. And it's been my mission to come back
to share this story with you guys around the world.
Yes.
Because I remember the anguish. I remember the pain. I remember the many nights.
This video is on my
car, in my
go
bed.
watch it, guys.
I remember the pain.
It's called
So I've been resurrected to come back to share this good word
With You.
You are a great man. You are a distinguished man.
You are.
You are a king
You are a king.
because you have accepted to go on the journey of semen retention.
Today, I want to talk to you about your unfair advantage, which is your competitive edge in the world as a man who has found semen retention. But first, if you are new to my channel, consider subscribing because there is useful information here about successful porn recovery and semen retention. So subscribe, it will do you good. Let's talk about your unfair advantage.
Yes.
First, what is an unfair advantage? An unfair advantage is an ability that you have that other people around you may not have. It is a skill that you possessed, that you have refined and perfected. It is something that you have found that you cherish and other men have not found. It is a position that you have that gives you power that other men and other people who don't have that position don't have. That gives you, that is called an unfair advantage. And an unfair advantage gives you a competitive edge. I've been resurrected to come back to share
This good word with you.
You are
A great man.
You are a distinguished man. You are a king because you have accepted to go on the journey of semen retention.
Buddha said, if you have only heard of awakening or enlightenment, you are already halfway through awakening, because the way the universe operates is that if you only hear of something, you have attracted it, your time has come. It is for you to grab. It is for you to wake up and realize, no, that wasn't a coincidence. I didn't just happen to hear of semen retention. Because semen retention, let me break it down for you, my brother. Semen retention is life force retention. It is empowerment retention. It is joy retention. It is strength retention.
Dang.
It is intelligence retention. It is wisdom retention.
I'm getting high on my
It
own
is
video.
health retention.
It is.
We see, when we say semen retention, you may never make the correlation that what you are really retaining is your life force.
Damn.
I've been resurrected to come back to share this good word with you.
You are a great man. You are a distinguished man. You are a king because you have accepted to go on the journey of semen retention.
Your intelligence, your money maker, your magnetism, your enthusiasm, your power of decision, your power of choice, my brother. That's an unfair advantage. Why? Because every man out there is mostly a male, not so much a man. A male is going to do what a male has been programmed to do. The evolutionary impulse is that every male is going to give out his semen to help create another human being or another species of the same kind, to push evolution further, to push the race further. But you have heard of semen retention. God has come to you. And now you understand, if you hold this power, you will awaken. You will see the life behind life. You will hear with the ears behind your ears. You will see with the eyes behind your eyes. You will be a man of power. People will want to draw near to you. People will seek your advice. People will want to be in your presence because you're such a joyful man to be around. There's something about him. And as such, you will become a leader of your community. You will become a man of inspiration. You will become a man of vision. So therefore, people will seek your advice. They will seek your clarity, because they will be like, this brother man here knows what he's talking about. This brother man here is leading people, and I want to be led by him. That's an unfair advantage. That puts you in a position over 99% of men, which means you belong to a minority of men. I've been resurrected to come back to share this good word with you.
You are a great man. You are a distinguished man.
Yes.
You are a king. Because you have accepted to go on the journey of semen retention.
It is a minority, because at any given time, one of the best things a man can do to feel great is to bust a nut. And you have decided not to bust a nut, which means you have decided to choose the life of the mind, the life of the spirit, the life of wisdom, the life of God. By keeping your semen, you have entered the ranks of God, the ranks of legends, the ranks of successful men. Because, brother man, listen, every successful man out there somehow is practicing semen retention. He may not be keeping it forever. He may be releasing it maybe every week, every 2 weeks, every month, every quarter. But listen to me. If every man you see on television, if every successful man you see around the places was not practicing semen retention, so in one way or another, he would be looking like you, or like I used to look, pale, distant, out of it, lethargic, broken, confused. But some of the successful men that you watch out in the places, they don't look confused to you, right? They look dynamic, they look magnetic, they look enthusiastic, they look powerful. My friend, even if a man were to be eating healthily and well every day, if he is having sex or fapping and wasting his semen every day, he would still lose power. So once you hear of semen retention and you have accepted the call, you automatically enter the rank of successful men. You automatically enter the rank of legends. Oh, yes. You automatically enter the ranks of gods. The gods are with the man who practices semen retention, because such man has seen the light and he has opened his heart to let the light in. Such man has extended his hands to grasp the scepter of power that's been extended to him. I've been resurrected to come back to share this good word with you.
You are a great man.
You are a man of power.
You are a distinguished man. You are a king
A distinguished man.
because you have accepted to go on the journey of semen retention.
Semen retention is the scepter of power that you've been looking for. I know you've been looking for personal power. You've been looking for joy. You've been looking for this thing that would make you feel elevated, that would make you feel the zest of life. Well, brother man, semen retention is that thing. So really, what you've been looking for all your life has been inside of you. What you've been looking for all your life is you. You've been looking for yourself. You've been looking for your semen. You've been looking for you, my brother. So today, awaken to the fact you have an unfair advantage. I've been resurrected to come back to share this good word with you.
You are a great man. You are a distinguished man. You are a king because you have accepted to go on the journey of semen retention.
You can
So the rule is not to get high of your own supply. Not this supply. Yeah, I'm gonna get high. I'm high on this supply. You know, the funny thing is I haven't watched this video. No, yeah, in months. And I genuinely just got blessed by the video myself. It was an audio. I think the video got messed up and I just took the audio from it because I used to use a recorder separately from the camera. So the video got messed up. And of course I had the audio and I still used it. And but I genuinely just got blessed by this video. You know, I genuinely just felt like, dang, I made this video last year. Well, it's always in me, these artistic but spoken words and music and stuff. Yeah. So this video is over a year, of course, because I have a comment here that's 11 months. The video is definitely over a year. Amazing. There's a lot of information in there. There's a lot of true words. One of them we can talk about as we wind down, as we close, is really, you've been looking for power. You've been looking for this thing to make your life work. You've been looking for this elusive type of whatever, pill, whatever it might be. But really what you've been looking for that you didn't know is semen retention. Because that's going to put you together. That's going to remake you, reset you to factory setting. That's going to give you that unfair advantage in life. So really, that's the power you've been looking for. You've been looking for yourself. It's inside of you. Semen retention. And really all we mean is not excessively depleting your supply. If you are married, if you are in a relationship, your job is to keep most of the semen most of the time. I'm gonna say it again. Your job is to keep most of your semen most of the time. Because you're married, you're in a relationship. Chances are, you're gonna release some. Your job is to keep most of it most of the time. And really that's all it takes. Yeah. It doesn't take no release at all. It doesn't take only monk mode to succeed on the journey. No, it only takes that you always have an excess supply. You always have enough, more than enough in your supply. That's what, that's all it means. That's all it takes. And what that means practically is, if you have a woman, if you have sex and you bust this week, don't go back in it, because you're going to start the chaser effect. Don't bust twice a week. No. Definitely not more than 3 times a month. I mean, that's if you're married, you know, like you have one of those wives and girlfriends who want to have sex. Okay, you can't do monk mode, but you can do once a week. You still have plenty of more days to replenish and recover. Now, you know, your experience is not going to be as strong as another man who can retain 6 months at a time, 1 year at a time, or several months at a time. But that's him. You have a different circumstance. Do according to your circumstance. You know? So what it really takes is having a supply that's about high 80s or high 90s, mid 90s, full. That's it. And I can't stress this enough. I can't emphasize this enough, because guys have the confusing idea that what it takes to succeed and capitalize on this journey is monk mode only. No, because monk mode is not a sustainable lifestyle. I repeat, monk mode is not a sustainable lifestyle. I don't know how the real monks do it. I don't know how the Catholic fathers do it. Don't ask me. I don't know. But what we do know is biology. What we do know is evolution, if you believe in evolution. Even if you believe in the creation, the story of creation, with God putting Adam and Eve in the garden, there's still biology in it. You know, there's still biology. We know biology. We know neuroscience. We know how our brain operates. We know that our parasympathetic system, as well as, which controls our reproductive system, eventually will overwhelm the prefrontal cortex in search of doing whatever it's been wired and programmed to do. That might take a long time, but eventually it will happen. So what it takes really is to have a supply that is full enough, that is high enough to maintain a wonderful life. So you have been given the scepter of power. The scepter of power has been extended to you. Thank you guys for being here. I've had great participation throughout. Appreciate it for stopping by. Appreciate your super chats, your comments, your keeping the conversation going. I know this work is needed. I know the few of you who've been attracted to me benefit from this work, and that's why I'm here once again, putting in the time, sharing these ideas with you. As you just saw, I played that video straight out of my account. It's there. I have many more videos like that. Go and watch some more if you haven't. I think I'm nearing about 100 and some videos so far on YouTube, which is a good thing. I want to make more, but it's good. Fellas, If you want to work with me one-on-one, you want to transform your life from mediocrity to excellence, check my link for Patreon. There's also a link for Cash App, a Cash App handle if you want to send me a little bit of something to encourage me. Perhaps help me get, more materials. I actually very soon will need to change this laptop. It's a MacBook Air. Help however you can, because life is circulation, and when we circulate, whatever we put out come back and usually multiplied. That's a natural law. And so I can't wait to see you again, to do another live, to talk to you, encourage you, share these words with you. Remember, you are on the right path. You are, yep. You are on the right journey. The journey of self-discovery, the journey of self-love, the journey of self-empowerment. Stay on this journey. Fellas, stay on this journey. I'll see you soon. Namaste. You are on the right path. You are on the right journey. The journey of self-discovery, the journey of self-love, the journey of self-empowerment. Stay on this journey.